channel. I'm just a girl who likes reading romance, fantasy, romance, paranormal romance, any kind of genre of romance in general. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. Happy Wednesday! Today's video is going to be my August mid-month wrap-up. I'm going to be talking about all the books that I read in the first half of August. So from August 1st to August 14th. The first couple books I'm going to go by really quickly because I have videos on them. So if you want to know my full thoughts, please check out those videos. It's about Magnolia and BJ. And it's an angsty romance filled with rich people. I gave that book 5 stars. Daisy Haites. It's about Daisy and Christian. They are part of Magnolia and BJ's friend group. Daisy her brother is in the mafia. I also gave that book 5 stars. Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake by Mazey Eddings. It's a surprise pregnancy romance, one night stand. The heroine has ADHD. I gave that book 4 stars. The plus one, it's a frenemies turn lovers romance. The heroine is a psychologist and the hero is a doctor. They don't like each other, but they have to put up with each other for her brother's wedding because the hero is her brother's best friend. They also grew up together. I gave that book 5 stars. Next, this is a reread for me because I've listened to the audiobook, but it's What We Broke by Marley Valentine. It's a marriage in trouble romance, and I decided to reread this because the audiobook just came out, and it's narrated by Joe Arden and Teddy Hamilton, and they are like my favorite narrators. So I wanted to listen to the audiobook. The audiobook was great. Next, I read Ache by Marley Valentine. It is also an MM romance. All I forgot to mention, What We Broke is also a marriage in trouble MM romance. But I give that, on the reread, I gave What We Broke 5 stars. Ache is about 2 best friends. The hero is in love with his best friend Gael, but Gael is getting married to a woman. He surprises Gael with a bachelor party. The hero, he confesses his feelings for Gael, and Gael admits he has feelings for the hero too. And Gael makes up his mind that he's going to break up with the heroine because he can't live a lie anymore. But Gael gets into an accident and he doesn't remember what happened in the bachelor party. So the other hero has to decide to fill in Gael about what happened during the bachelor party, or watch him get married to a woman he doesn't love. I give that book 4 stars. A Bullet Between Us. It's about this heroine who witnesses a mafia murder, and then she gets put in to witness protection and has a bodyguard, but that said bodyguard turns out to be part of the mafia, and I gave this book 4 stars. Second Down Darling. We have Charlotte. Charlotte has been in love with her best friend for ages, but her best friend gets drunk and gets a girl pregnant, and that girl turns out to be Charlotte's older sister, and so she is left heartbroken. And her sister keeps flaunting their relationship in Charlotte's face, so eventually Charlotte can't take it anymore, and she transfers to another school. 3 years later, then Charlotte's sister basically abandons the hero and their child. The hero transfers to Charlotte's school, and they finally get a shot at their romance. But at first they try to deny it because of Charlotte's sisters, but they can't deny that they are in love with each other, so they give their relationship a go. I give this book 4 stars. Mickey Chambers Shakes It Up. Mickey is a English professor, and she also has a chronic illness. And one day she goes to a bar, like with friends or something, but then she decides to apply to work at that bar, and that bar owner actually is going back to school, and he ends up in Mickey's class, and it's a student-teacher relationship, but the student is older, he's in his 40s, and Mickey is in her 30s, and he's also a widower, and also Mickey has to tell the hero about her chronic illness. I don't remember what the chronic illness was, but I read this book because of Ava and Bree for their book club, so I give this book 4 stars. I read a fantasy romance. It's called Heavenly Bodies, and here we follow Aurelia, whose parents were murdered because of the gods, though she seeks sanctuary from another kingdom, and the king agrees for her to hide in his kingdom only if she agrees to be a weapon against the gods, because he is going to war with the gods, and the person who is supposed to train Aurelia is Enzo, the prince of said kingdom. It's an enemies to lovers romance. It's a reluctant allies romance. The banter is so good. This is my favorite fantasy romance so far this year. I gave this book 5 stars. Also, Aurelia is from the kingdom of darkness, and Enzo is from the kingdom of light. So they have different powers, and they are called the chosen ones, and not really the chosen ones. I forgot what they call it, but only people with their powers are able to kill the gods. She has shadow magic, she has illusionist, and she has dream walking. Enzo has the opposite powers of knowing how to read people's minds, firepower, and I forgot the third power. But this book was so good. The banter. I read this book because of Hannah from Hannah's Recent Reads. If you haven't picked up Heavenly Bodies, please pick it up. Then I read the next book in that series, Fallen Stars. It's the second book to Enzo and Aurelia. I gave that book 4 stars. I gave Heavenly Bodies 5 stars. Then I read Glimmers of You, and we follow Gray and Caden. Gray has a stalker problem, so she tells this a stalker problem. So she tells this guy that she went out with like a few times, that she has a boyfriend, and that boyfriend happens to be Caden, her brother's best friend, and Caden agrees to be Gray's fake boyfriend because Caden needs a fake girlfriend to appease his father. So they're in a fake relationship to help each other out. Gray with her ex-boyfriend issue, and Caden with his family issue, and the stalker situation gets worse. So Gray ends up moving in with Caden, and suddenly their fake relationship isn't so fake anymore, and Gray has type 1 diabetes. I gave this book 4 stars because the third book in the series is still my favorite. And Red, White, and Royal Blue. It's a relationship between our first, the president, who is the first female president, the relationship between her son and Henry, the Prince of England. And I read this book because I wanted to watch the movie Red, White, and Royal Blue. I gave this book 4 stars. The last 2 books I read is an romance. And I read this book because I saw a list on Ford's Instagram. She said she was reading Garron Park, and she gave it 5 stars, and I wanted to read it. But Garron Park is about Devon and Maddox. They both grew up in a trailer park called Garron Park, and they hate each other. They are enemies. But one day, when Devon's father it does mean things to him. His father basically hits him, and he has nowhere to go except for Maddox's house. He says, "Can I stay in your house for a while? Well, can I stay in your trailer for a while just to get away from my father?" He says yes. Their relationship starts to change. It's a by awakening for Maddox, because he's always been into girls, but then he starts to develop feelings for Devon, and Devon starts developing feelings for Maddox. This was so good. I give this book 5 stars. It was so angsty for an MM romance. It was one of the most angstiest MM romance I have ever read. And the last book I read is the second book in that series. Is called Lot 62, and that is the second book for Maddie and Devon. It follows their story, and I also gave that book 5 stars. Those are all the books that I read for the first half of August. Please let me know if you have read any of these books. I would like to know. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That would mean the world to me. And I'll see ya